Hello and welcome to another permanent ankle shackle vlog. As you can see written on the left sole of my foot, I have been permanently shackled for 49 consecutive days. That means that I have 51 days left on my current permanent ankle shackles with chains goal. I have to remain shackled for another 51 days with the chains. But then, because of my previous violation, I am required to wear ankle shackles without chains for 2 years after that. And I'm bound to contract as well. So if I violate anything in my contract, I will be put back in chains for that violation, and possibly even longer, depending on the situation. Which brings me to the subject of this video, the new ban on footwear. A couple videos back I mentioned that I would be willing to break the barefoot rule, which is part of my contract. I have to remain barefoot the whole time that the contract is in effect. But now that I know that I'm going to be bound by contract and shackled without chains for 2 more years beyond the 100 days, it becomes a problem. The barefoot rule. I mean, the barefoot rule was intended for me being chained up at home, where I don't need shoes, and I can go barefoot. I usually go barefoot all the time anyway, but I wear shoes when I go into stores and restaurants and things like that, especially in the winter. You know, I'll wear some clogs that I have from Crocs in the winter months, you know, because I'm not going to walk barefoot, you know, across snow and ice and then into stores and stuff. So I mean, that was my biggest issue, and I mentioned that in the walking video, that I'd be willing to break that rule if it came down to me walking with bare feet through a freezing parking lot and then leaving my dirty bare feet footprints on the floor of the store when I enter. You know, that would be the line that I draw, that I would actually break the rule. Of course, when I said that, I wasn't thinking about the fact that the third party that holds me to this contract watches my vlogs. He watches them before you see them, to be honest. He has review access on the YouTube page, so he gets to see them before you do, and he knows what I say in there. He didn't like that, so he decided that he would make sure that I could not break that rule. And I had some ideas, and I've mentioned them in previous videos, and basically I was pretty much spot on. Pretty much exactly, actually, if I remember correctly what I said. So basically, there's a ban on footwear now. I have 48 hours to gather up anything that I can wear on my feet. Anything at all. Socks, shoes, flip-flops, anything that is worn on feet must be put in a bag, and it's confiscated. He's going to put it in storage or whatever. He's taking it from the property, so that I don't even have the option to wear shoes. I don't have the option to break the barefoot rule. And the violation of having footwear, anything that can be worn on my feet, in my possession, is a 1-year extension, shackled with chains. He makes that very clear that he's not going to, you know, give me leniency on that rule. So if he does a search of my property, he can search my property anytime. That's part of the original contract. He can do a search. He can do inspections. Day or night, without warning. He can show up, and if he finds footwear anywhere on the property, I'm in violation, and the punishment is 1 year in shackles with chains. So very serious. But on top of that, he's also extended the punishment for the existing barefoot rule. The existing barefoot rule says I can't wear footwear at all. And originally it was, I believe, 30 days. Now it's 1 year. So, under the new rules, if I am caught wearing footwear, I will spend 2 years shackled and chained, guaranteed. He's basically made that very clear. There will not be any leniency. I mean, I don't accidentally step into shoes. I don't accidentally order a pair of flip-flops from Amazon. These are not things that he would give me leniency on. So if I am wearing shoes at any time during that 2-year period, without his permission, that's the other caveat that I'm going to get into next, I will be shackled and chained for 2 additional years. And he could start that right away. or he could continue it after my existing 2-year extension. I'm guessing he'll probably put me in chains immediately. That would be my guess. And then after that 2-year in chains, I would have to go back on the 2 years without chains. But anyway, that's the rundown of that. However, he's given me an answer on my original petition, which the whole thing originally was that I petitioned him about the barefoot rule. And this is the good part, because even though he's taking my shoes, taking my socks, I only have like a couple pairs of socks anyway, and they're in some box somewhere, because like I said, I'm always barefoot anyway. But the fact is that even though he's taken away everything that I can possibly wear on my feet, and setting extremely strict rules, or punishments, should I say, for violating them, he has answered my petition for the barefoot rule in the first place. So that's the other change on the barefoot rule. Under contract revision, we can change the rule and the punishment. So he's changed the punishment of the existing barefoot rule to 1 year, but he's amending the rule, saying that with special permission, I can wear shoes or flip-flop. Well, he's given me the option between flip-flops and the Crocs that I normally wear in the winter. Those are the only footwear that are allowed under contract now, and only with special permission. He's holding on to those shoes, so I have to schedule wearing them. Like, for instance, if I need to go grocery shopping and it's going to be, snowy and cold outside, while I'm on my 2-year extension, he will give me his decision whether I'm allowed to wear them on that day, and he will bring the shoes to me that day before I go, and I'll be allowed to wear them only when absolutely needed. So it means I'll have to drive to the grocery store barefoot. In fact, the rules are specific. I cannot put the shoes on unless my feet are touching the ground. So that means I have to drop the shoes on the ground, step out of the vehicle, put my bare feet in snow or ice or whatever that's on the floor, on the ground at the time, and then I put my feet into the shoes. And I can wear them from that point into the store. And then the second I get out, it's the same thing. I have to take off the shoes in the parking lot, put them in my Jeep, and then get into my Jeep. That's the rule for wearing shoes. And I have to document every time I put them on. So I have to take video of me putting them on. I have to take video of me taking them off, and that has to be some kind of a timestamp so that he knows how long they were on, because that's the second part. For every 30 minutes that I wear shoes, I have to be shackled for a minimum of 48 hours. So, and this is all based on the need. So, for instance, if I absolutely needed shoes, he sees the video and I'm literally putting my feet in snow before I put them into shoes, then that's considered need, and I will he'll time the time that takes me to get my groceries and all that stuff, and if all the time put together adds up to 30-minute intervals, and every 30 minutes I will have to be shackled and chained for 48 hours. So the permission is just access to shoes when I feel that I need them. But there is always going to be a penalty for actually wearing them, and depending on the situation, that penalty could be longer or shorter. If I step out of the vehicle and he sees video of me putting my feet literally in snow before I put them in the shoes, then that's an as-needed basis. So I would still be shackled and chained, but only for the minimum 48 hours for going 30 minutes. In addition, while I'm on the 2-year shackles without chains, I'm only required to do a vlog once a week. But while chained, under any punishment, I have to do a daily vlog. So you will see a daily vlog when I'm chained for any violation or for using footwear. So you'll know exactly what's going on. Just watch the videos. But anyway, be sure to subscribe, comment, like, share, all that fun stuff. Also, this will be posted on my blog, so you've already read my blog, you already know all this, but I had to put it in the vlog, which is a day and a half later than the blog usually. So there you go. And tomorrow is my 50-day shackling. That's halfway to my 100 days. So important day. Be sure to watch tomorrow, and I'll see you then.